My Dreams Chapter 4. We left off Chapter 3 on the positive effects when we are daydreaming. Let's now talk about the negativity, since it's just as important as the good stuff, right? Depression. We often use daydreaming to escape from the ugly reality, and when things get more rough we can feel trapped in our own minds. Then here comes these thoughts that are filling us up with poor images of ourselves and situations, and suddenly we just can't see to get out of them. When we are trapped, if you will, in our inner world, that it gets harder to ground us in reality and our issues starts to drown us. Physically, mentally it sucks us into the point where we start to neglect our friends, family, hobbies, work, and eventually we can lose ourselves. It can overlap with several mental health or neurological conditions, but for now let's just stay with the kind of depression that doesn't require doctors and medical treatments. Maladaptive daydreaming is when our daydreaming becomes excessive and it becomes immersed in series of imaginations. We are not simply closing our eyes and see beautiful things for a few minutes. Now instead we are literally actively seeing things that are not real and believe for hours that this thing we are yearning for is real. We are in this fantasy world, but it's truly happening. The danger of that is when people come off from this compulsive stage of mind, they just can't even attempt to cope with the reality, and the problem now is they can attempt suicide. In our society the problems become an everyday non-stop struggle for many of us, and it's just a fine line separate us from being a daydreamer from a chronic dreamer. While daydreaming is a wonderful thing because it's enhancing creativity and providing a mental escape, chronic daydreaming is so toxic, so far from reality, that can cause dangerous situations. Increasing anxiety, make our thinking and goal settings way off from reality. It has an impact on our sleep. It can hinder personal growth or perhaps developments if it's a younger person. The list on the negative aspects are so long and so worry-full that is not even funny. I thankfully never got to the point when my dreaming became maladaptive. I simply couldn't offer to stay in this fantasy world during my years in the US, simply because when you are alone you must keep going forward and take care of financial responsibilities, because this actual fantasy world just would not get you out of the hole you are in. You can daydream all you want, but when you are opening your eyes back on the problems, the bills are still there. Like a child who is dreaming, life is not a children's book. Dreaming won't do the magic. Life isn't a fairy tale stick that we circle around and there you have your princess wish come through. It's way more real and way more serious than that. One wrong move, just a few extra daydreams, and you will find yourself on the street. That's right. On the street, become a homeless, where you can keep on dreaming and get to a delusional stage. I have worked a lot, and yes, I have always dreamed for a better, easier life, but all this under control so I can stay in reality and won't destroy myself. In my next chapter I will share my feelings, my own inner demons, my experiences with real life stories, and about some people who actually end up on the street homeless, probably because they just wasn't strong enough and couldn't stop daydreaming on the level when it's still in a healthy stage. I have helped actively 4 years a nonprofit organization. This group was helping homeless people in the San Fernando Valley in California, where I also stayed for many years. I will share how and why I gave up so much of my free time for these people, and how they helped me to stay strong with my own life issues. At first I thought I was helping them. But no. I have realized they helped me, and I am forever thankful for all they shared with me, because it made me realize what's really important in life. Let me close this chapter saying this: be thankful for all you have, because even if you think it isn't much, for so many people it would be the big dream, and they only can dream about the 1/3 of your blessings. Dreaming is great, but do all things in moderations and know when to stop. Like really many other things in life.